I'm Amanda Dotseth. I'm the director of the Meadows Museum at Southern Methodist University here in Dallas, Texas. I started doing starting strength many years ago. My husband and I did starting strength together. We just read starting strength. It was the blue one. And, I had a dance background. And so there was something to be said for I can wrap my head around this intellectually and why it works and what I need to do with my body. It's all logical. You do this and you make progress. And oh, by the way, I liked that it was functional. It wasn't, I'm going to do a bunch of bicep curls and, no. It was never really about that. So I think that's why it appealed to me compared to, say, some other methods. There is a kind of intellectual base or research aspect behind it. I have a fairly sedentary job. I do a lot of research and reading. I spend a lot of time in archives, also in the galleries to some extent. And it was just always very rewarding to have functional strength and feel stronger. And it wasn't necessarily about looking a certain way or even necessarily about weight loss, but about feeling more competent. You make really great gains when you come 3 days a week or 2 days a week or whatever. It's part of the reason I think starting strength is so great. It's really rewarding. You really see noticeable progress and change in, let's say, even a relatively short period of time. What's frustrating is that at least the way I travel, I don't have gyms I can go to. All the gyms where I go don't have squat racks. And there's not even like a bench to do a bench press. It's really, part of me is like, just give me a barbell. But, Brent's really good about keeping track of my numbers and easing me back in when I come back. And you're never starting over from zero. The progress is slower than if I were here every day of my life, but it's still progress and it's still rewarding. So obviously I'm still here. So there's something to be said for being in a gym where everybody's got the same goal and looking at what you're doing and positively helping you and reinforcing. And obviously the progress is just better, particularly for overhead press, because I remember that being a really just impossible, it felt like, to make gains on when I was working out by myself. And I think at one point I was really amazed that I managed to lift the bar, the 45-pound bar for the first time. And I said something to Brent oh yeah, wow, I'm really making progress. I can't believe it. It's so much better than when I was working out on my own. And he was yeah, it's almost like coaching helps. And he's so right. It's absolutely true. It makes all the difference.
What would you say to someone thinking about getting stronger, coming to starting strength?
I would say don't be scared. Don't be scared of the bar. Don't be scared of the what might feel like a very male environment. I think we associate lifting heavy weights with what are they called? The gym bros and their biceps and I would say don't be afraid of that. It's a welcoming environment. It's good for you. And no, you're not going to look bulky. There's this fear, I think, with a lot of women. They're I'm going to lift little baby weights because I want to be toned. Well, that's great. You can do that. But if you actually want to be stronger and you want to help your bone density, particularly as you enter your 40s, in my case, or 50s, I think, do it. And like I said, don't be afraid of the bar. It looks scarier than it is.